The first restraining order was granted for 30 days.
Well, that's a temporary one. He wasn't present when you were granted the temporary protective order. And then you went back?
And got an extension for 1 year.
Okay, so you got a 1-year protective order?
Yes, ma'am.
And he was present on that day?
Yes.
And then there was a violation?
Yes. The day out of court, when we were leaving the courthouse, I got down into the courtyard, and he came down the stairs and chased me through the courtyard, yelling my name, trying to talk to me.
Did you file a violation?
Yes, ma'am.
And what happened with that?
We went to court, and he brought a lawyer with him, and his lawyer decided that I wouldn't get to speak on the other two.
It's case number 17 on the calendar in the matter of Smith versus Hall.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Judge parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have a seat.
How old are you, Mr. Smith?
26, ma'am.
And you're 18?
Yes.
She was your girlfriend? She
Yes, ma'am.
became your girlfriend when she was 17. You're no longer involved. You claim she owes you the balance of a loan that she made for a car. You borrowed the money from your grandmother in order to give to her. You've since paid your grandmother back. She's paid back $400 of how much was the loan?
It was a total of $1,500.
And you paid back?
$400.
So how much do you owe?
$1,100.
Isn't that easy?
Yes.
Perfect. Is there any reason why you think you do not owe that money?
The reason is I spoke with his grandmother 3 weeks ago, and we still have an agreement that I'm going to pay her back. I have every intention on paying her back.
So you acknowledge that this is a loan?
Yes.
No, because that's not what you said in your answer. What else do you think she owes you for now that you're no longer a couple?
Okay, good afternoon, Your Honor.
Listen, we're way past hello.
Okay, I understand. We moved in together. The relationship was really good. We moved in 4/10.
We're past hello.
Okay.
What else do you think she owes you for?
$1,000 in back rent, ma'am.
Now I'll ask you questions.
Okay.
How much is the rent on the apartment where the two of you were living?
It was a house. It was $1,100 a month.
And how old was she when you moved in with her?
She was 17.
So she can't make a contract with you to pay rent?
I have her on the lease as
I don't
an
care
extra
whether you
source
have
of
her
income.
on the lease as your mother, your grandmother, your favorite aunt, or anybody else. She cannot make a contract when she's 17.
Okay. I understood. I have her name written down on here when she was 17, saying she was an occupant in the house, that she was
an occupant.
Extra source of income to the house, the agreement.
That's all wonderful.
Okay.
She can't make a contract when she's 17. She cannot enter into a binding contract when she's 17 years old.
I have her signature on here and everything stating.
As an occupant?
As an occupant, yes.
Got it. She's an occupant. She was, in fact, an occupant.
Yeah, and then we were living together. She turned 18. And then after she turned 18, she up and left.
There you go. That's why you don't go into an agreement with a 17-year-old.
Right, exactly.
Now, how old was she when you took out this loan for a car?
She was 18.
Okay. You're safe.
Okay.
Okay. What else do you think she owes you money for?
I got charged to file the eviction. When she turned 18, it took her 2 months to get her stuff out of the house, and I had to get an eviction notice because she wouldn't get her stuff out.
What stuff did you want out of the house?
A whole bunch of stuff. There was all kinds of stuff in the garage, refrigerator, dishwasher, VHS tapes, children's books.
Who has children?
They're her nieces. I occasionally watch them sometimes.
Occasionally, sometimes.
When we were together, yes.
What else?
And
I mean, you're here. You might as well get it all off your chest.
The harassment. She would drive by the house, all that stuff, and harass me with everything.
Did you go to the police?
I went and got a temporary protective order against her. Yes, I did.
Did you follow through and get a permanent one?
Just a 30-day one.
Why didn't you follow through?
Didn't feel the need to do it. I thought it was done and over with.
Is it done and over with?
Yes, it is.
Well, then why are you bothering me with it?
I apologize for that.
Good. She owes you $1,100 for the car loan. What else? Is that it? Is it all off your chest now?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Perfect. All right, you have a counterclaim.
Yes, ma'am.
Get to it.
He ran me off the road with his car.
When?
On January 19th, and he got out of the car and punched my passenger window 3 times, and it ruined the window regulator. It doesn't roll up correctly.
Did you file a police report?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a copy of it?
Yes, and the estimate for the window.
I don't want the estimate yet, just I want to read the police report. Mr. Smith, were you contacted by the police?
Yes, I was, Your Honor, but I never punched the window.
Were you contacted by the police?
Yes, I was.
And what happened?
They asked me to see my hands to see if I had broke the window, asked me if I punched the window. I said I tapped on the window to try and get...
Tapped on it?
Well, that tapped on it to get her new boyfriend's attention, because he said anytime, anywhere, any place. So it was that
Well, how did
time,
you
that where, that
just-
place.
Pay attention.
I am.
How did it come to be that you were in a position to tap on the window?
She was driving through my neighborhood.
Very slowly.
Okay.
And I want you to understand something, Mr. Smith.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't shimmy. Don't shake.
Okay.
Don't try to get over. Just tell the truth.
That's what I'm
The
doing.
truth will set you free.
Okay.
She was driving through your neighborhood.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
She was driving through the neighborhood. I was coming back from the grocery store. I seen her car leaving my neighborhood.
Okay, so she's leaving your neighborhood.
Yes, she had just got done driving in front of the house.
Fine. So you came up from behind her,
Yes, and stopped.
and then you pulled in front of her.
Yes.
And when you pulled in front of her, did you stop your car?
Yes, I did.
So her car had to stop.
Yes.
Now, we're together.
Okay.
And then I assume, Mr. Smith, you exited your car.
Yes, ma'am.
When you exited your car, where did you go?
I went to the passenger window.
Who was sitting in the passenger seat?
Her new boyfriend, Joseph.
Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
So you went over to Joseph,
Yes. I tapped on the window and I said, let's do
tapped
this.
on the window.
Yeah, I said, get out, let's do this.
What did you want him to do?
Get out of the car. He told me.
Get out of the car and what?
And handle it like men.
You have to be more visual with me.
Get
I'm
out of
not
the,
a guy.
Oh, I understand. I got a phone call the day before that saying we could handle it like men, anytime, anywhere is fighting. So he was driving through my neighborhood with her in the car. I got out of the car. I tapped on the window, said, get out, let's do this. It's the time, it's the place right now, let's do this. And he locked the door and they drove around.
He locked the door.
He locked the door and they left. And I proceeded to go home.
What are you mad at him for?
He said anytime, any place, anywhere.
What are you mad at him for?
Because he started contacting her when we were together, selling her drugs and stuff like that. I mean...
Well, just a second. First of all, how do you know that?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
By cutting her off and by looking to have a fight with him, I think that there's a screw loose somewhere.
Okay.
So I think you're a lunatic.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Patrick Smith says ex-girlfriend Elizabeth Hall owes for loans, rent, eviction fees, and harassment. Elizabeth is countersuing, claiming Patrick ran her off the road.
Now, you think that he was contacting her while you were together.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, why would that make you angry with him? He doesn't owe you anything. She does if you were living together, but why would you be angry at him? He's a free agent. He can do whatever he wants to do.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
He doesn't have any allegiance to you. She did. You might be angry with her, but why would you be angry at Joseph?
He made me angry. He told me on the phone if I wanted to handle it like men, handle it like men.
Well, I don't understand why you think Joseph would call you unless there had been some history.
No, I was talking to the phone. I was talking on the phone with her, and he was in the background.
What were you doing talking on the phone with her? She had
I was
moved
trying
out?
to get her stuff out of the house.
And what were you saying to her in order to get her stuff out of the house?
I was trying to let her know to pay Grandma back and to get her stuff out of the house that I was
So
gonna...
what were you saying to her?
I said, you know, you have 30 days to get your stuff. I sent in. I filed an eviction
Were you
notice.
saying that to her nicely?
Yes, of course.
No.
Okay.
And then after you were talking on the phone nicely to her, he got on the phone and said to you, we can handle this like men anytime, anywhere.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And then you thought it would be a good idea to cut him off on the street and have fisticuffs there in the middle of the street.
Yeah, correct. Yes.
You're an idiot.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What do you do for a living?
I was a sheet metal pre-apprentice.
Well, that's in the past tense. What are you now?
Right now I'm unemployed. I'm currently looking for work.
Who do you live with?
Adam Allen.
What does he do?
He works for the water company.
So who supports you?
Unemployment.
Continue with regard to your counterclaim.
I'm countersuing for the $320 for my window,
Right.
and I'm
You got it. $320 for the window. What else?
And then the remaining money, the $1,680 for just harassment and punitive damages and just emotional stress, because I have to go.
You know how much stress I have every day?
I had to go to the courthouse 4 times now, 2 for restraining orders, 2 other times for the violations of the restraining orders.
What happened with the violations of the restraining orders?
She got
He-
denied. Sorry.
The first restraining order was granted for 30 days.
Well, that's a temporary
Right.
one. He wasn't present when you were granted the temporary protective order. And then you went back.
And got an extension for 1 year.
Okay, so you got a 1-year protective order.
Yes, ma'am.
And he was present on that day?
Yes.
And then there was a violation?
Yes. The day out of court, when we were leaving the courthouse, I got down into the courtyard and he came down the stairs and chased me through the courtyard, yelling my name, trying to talk to me.
Did you file a violation?
Yes, ma'am.
And what happened with that?
We went to court and he brought a lawyer with him. And his lawyer decided that I wouldn't get to speak on the other two and that violation didn't mean anything because I didn't have any witnesses.
His lawyer didn't decide that. No.
Your Honor, I would have never
That was a
chased
judge
her.
who decided that. You had to hire a lawyer? Did you hire a lawyer?
Yeah, oh yeah.
What do you mean, yeah, oh, yeah? That requires either a yes or a no.
Well, because she accused me of breaking windows and stuff like that.
No, there's no question you broke her window. There's no question you broke her window when you cut him off. That you're going to pay for $320. That's coming off.
No,
Grandma's
not that
loan.
one. They said that I broke windows on their house.
I'm not asking anything about damage to the house.
That's why I brought a lawyer.
Is that the only time you brought a lawyer?
Yes, ma'am.
When I made that violation, that had nothing to do with about the windows being broken on the house. I have no idea how he knows about that.
She wrote it down to me in the restraining order.
I did not.
I have a copy of it.
Just a second. Just a second. I'd like to see it.
Okay.
When were the windows in your house broken?
On the same night that the first restraining order was granted. And the first violation that we went to court for was just for chasing me out of court. He might have the copy now of the windows being broken. That was the other 2 restraining orders. But the day he went to court with a lawyer, it had nothing to do with the windows.
Okay.
Right here. And that's the copy of the other one right there.
When did you retain the lawyer?
I want to say March 25th. I hired the lawyer, I think. I don't really remember when I hired the lawyer. I think it was around March, yes.
How many times have you had to hire a lawyer?
Just this once. This is the first
Well,
time.
then you should remember when you had to hire him. We're not talking about 2 years ago, sir. We're talking about within the last 60 days. When did you hire the lawyer?
March 25th.
Mr. Smith,
Yes, ma'am.
her motion for a violation of the protective order wasn't filed until March 26th. You just told me that you hired a lawyer on March 25th.
I told you it was around that time.
No, you just said March 25th.
Yes, I
That's
stated
what you
it was
said.
March
This is on
25th.
tape.
But it was around that time. I told you I didn't really remember the exact date because I don't remember exactly when I got served with that. It's the end of March, I know that.
Perfect.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Patrick Smith says ex-girlfriend Elizabeth Hall owes for loans, rent, eviction fees, and harassment. Elizabeth is countersuing, claiming Patrick ran her off the road.
You've been harassing her, Mr. Smith?
No, ma'am, I have not. I don't want to have anything to do with her. I'm sick of it. She's harassing me. She keeps saying a bird on her car, and I'm getting in trouble for it.
No, we're not talking about that.
I'm just saying that's the way it's
We're
going.
talking about showing a bit of temper.
No, ma'am, I haven't even...
Is this the person who went to court with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Stand up. Over there. What's your last name?
Alan?
Did you go to court with him when he had a hearing?
Yes, but I didn't go inside.
Oh, you waited outside?
Yes.
Did you see him when he came out of the courthouse?
Yes.
Look, Mr. Allen, don't play with me.
Well, there was 2 courts he went to. I went to the second one, not the first one.
23rd of March.
I didn't go to that one, Your Honor.
You're safe. Sit down. You owe $320 for the window you busted. You know, I owe another $500 because I think you're a lunatic. And by cutting her off and by looking to have a fight with him, I think that there's a screw loose somewhere.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay? So I'm taking the $820 off the $1,100 she owes you, because she does owe you the $1,100 for the loan for the car, right?
Yes.
Your Honor, she was 18 when she was in the house, and she left 2 months, just left her stuff there and just up and left.
That's too bad. You owe him $180.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you very much. That's all.
Please are excused. You may step out.
Her true colors really came out right when she turned 18.
Because of him, I just couldn't put up with it anymore.
The beauty is,
He's very verbally abusive,
it's hiding the devil inside of her.
and he's not the guy for me.
She's gonna leave you high and dry,
It
man.
was time to go.
That's all she did, was just leave me high and dry.
I just hope he'll leave me alone and let me live my life.
What started as a petty dispute over a breakup quickly unraveled into a chaotic tale of road rage, restraining orders, and a judge who had absolutely zero patience for foolishness. Today, We're diving into the fallout of a relationship that didn't just end, it imploded. At the center of the case was 26-year-old Patrick, who dragged his 18-year-old ex-girlfriend Elizabeth into court. He wasn't just looking for an apology, he was demanding thousands of dollars for a car loan, eviction fees, and back rent for a house they once shared. Patrick walked in with a master plan, but it hit a brick wall almost immediately. You see, Patrick missed a very basic legal reality, and the judge was quick to remind him, you cannot hold a minor to a legally binding rent contract. At the time the lease was signed, Elizabeth was only 17. The judge made it clear, it doesn't matter how many times you write a teenager's name on a lease. The law simply doesn't recognize it. Now, Elizabeth wasn't entirely without fault. She honestly admitted to the court that she owed Patrick $1,100 for a car loan she agreed to after she turned 18. If the case had stopped right there, Patrick would have walked away with a significant win. But as we've seen so often in this courtroom, ego got in the way. Things took a sharp, dark turn when Elizabeth launched her counterclaim. We learned that the bad blood between these two didn't stay in the past. It boiled over into a terrifying confrontation on the open road. Patrick openly admitted in court to tracking down Elizabeth's car, swerving his vehicle in front of hers to force a stop, and jumping out to challenge her new boyfriend to a fistfight. Patrick tried to play it cool, claiming he was just neatly tapping on the glass to settle a score, man to man. But the judge saw right through it. That tap resulted in a smashed passenger window and multiple restraining orders. The judge's ruling was a masterclass in accountability. She didn't just make Patrick pay $320 for the broken window. She effectively penalized him another $500 for acting like, in her words, a lunatic and running his ex off the road. After the dust settled and the judge deducted Patrick's damages from the car loan, Elizabeth walked away owing only $180. The real lesson here? Let go of the drama. Seeking revenge on your ex won't just cost you your dignity. It'll cost you a whole lot of cash, too. What do you think? Did Patrick get off easy, or was the judge's lunatic tax just right? Let us know in the comments below. If you love these courtroom breakdowns, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss a verdict. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.